Today we will explore some of the most spectacular corners of our planet, where Earth seems to defy every ordinary rule and geology transforms into a living work of art. Get ready to witness geological formations that seem almost impossible. They were not created by ancient civilizations, but shaped by the enduring power of time, wind, and nature itself. If you love places that defy logic and leave you in awe, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. 1. Zhangjiajie, China. Exploring Zhangjiajie feels like stepping into a landscape suspended between earth and sky. In China's Hunan province, thousands of quartz sandstone pillars rise more than 650 feet, creating a vast stone forest whose appearance constantly changes with the shifting light and drifting mist. Sculpted over hundreds of millions of years by wind and rain, these towering pillars create a visual experience that is almost impossible to describe in words. Every trail invites visitors to slow down, while every stop reveals a new and unexpected perspective. Walking through this landscape is not simply about admiring it. It is about becoming immersed in the natural surroundings. The humid air, the silence broken only by the sound of the wind, and the clouds drifting gently between the cliffs create a constant sense of discovery. At the same time, the network of pathways and trails allows visitors to explore the park safely and respectfully. This place reminds us that exploration does not always mean traveling far away. Sometimes it simply means paying closer attention. And just when you think you have witnessed all of its beauty, the landscape transforms once again, leaving behind a lingering sense of wonder. Our journey now continues to another corner of the world, where the land also seems to defy all conventional logic. To Trolltunga, Norway. From Zhangjiajie, we travel to Northern Europe, where nature reveals its beauty in a completely different way, yet with the same power and intensity. Located in Norway, Trolltunga is a horizontal rock ledge that extends above a glacial lake at an elevation of approximately 3,600 feet above sea level. Its shape resembles a giant tongue stretching out into open space, creating an overwhelming sense of vastness. To reach it, visitors must complete a challenging long-distance hike, though the route is carefully marked and properly managed. The trail crosses mountains, lakes, and open meadows. With every step, you feel more deeply connected to the surrounding landscape. The stillness is almost unreal, and the air is fresh and pure. When you finally reach the end of the trail, a breathtaking panorama unfolds before your eyes. Water, sky, and stone seem to merge into a single plane. There are no visual barriers, only an endless expanse of open space. Trolltunga is not a place for rushing. It invites you to stop, breathe, and fully experience everything around you. It is perfect proof that the complete experience lies in the journey itself. True exploration is defined not only by the destination, but also by the path that takes us there. Carrying that profound sense of tranquility with us, we continue our journey toward a completely different landscape on another continent. 3. The Bungle Range, Australia. Our journey takes us to northwestern Australia, home to the remote Bungle Range inside Purnululu National Park. Here, the landscape is filled with smooth, repeating formations that resemble enormous stone domes, decorated with alternating bands of light and dark colors. Formed hundreds of millions of years ago, these structures are the result of natural processes that unfolded slowly and precisely over time. From ground level, the landscape feels intimate and all-encompassing. But when viewed from above, its true scale is finally revealed. Walking among these rock formations creates a sense of order, a sense of perfect natural order, as if everything is exactly where it was always meant to be. For generations, local communities have treasured this land as a place of deep connection and reverence. Today, visitors can explore the area through authorized routes designed to protect both the landscape and the quality of the experience. The colors shift with the sunlight, soft and gentle in the morning, then vivid and radiant at sunset. The Bungle Range proves that exploration can also be a quiet and deeply reflective journey. And as the horizon glows with warm colors, we feel the urge to discover even more extraordinary formations created by the Earth in distant lands. 4. Basalt Columns, Iceland. Leaving the desert behind, we arrive in Iceland, an island where the forces of nature reveal their tremendous power. Along its beaches and waterfalls, basalt columns form geometric walls that appear almost man-made. Yet they are entirely the work of nature. As ancient lava flows slowly cooled, the rock contracted and fractured into nearly perfect hexagonal shapes. Some of these columns rise more than 30 feet high. Walking beside them feels like entering a cathedral made entirely of stone. The sound of flowing water and rushing wind accompanies every step. The dark volcanic rock contrasts beautifully with the white sea foam and shimmering waterfalls. Everything appears balanced and harmonious. These geological formations remind us that exploration is also a process of learning. Understanding how the Earth works makes the experience even more meaningful. And as each wave crashes rhythmically against the shore, a new sense of curiosity begins to rise. What other extraordinary landscapes might be waiting for us beyond the distant horizon? Monument Valley, United States. Following that sense of wonder, our journey takes us to the American Southwest, home to Monument Valley. Here, enormous red sandstone formations rise nearly 1,000 feet above the vast and open plains. The landscape feels endless, and the sky seems to stretch forever. Each rock formation appears majestic, yet profoundly still. Whether driving or walking through the valley, visitors are immersed in a powerful visual experience. The changing light transforms the landscape throughout the day, soft and gentle in the early morning, then warm and brilliant as the sun begins to set. Designated routes allow visitors to explore the area responsibly while respecting its cultural and natural significance. Monument Valley invites us to experience the passage of time. Everything here speaks of patience and the slow transformation of creation. Exploring this place is not simply about admiring its enormous rock formations. It is also about understanding how a landscape can shape the way we see the world. And as the sun disappears below the horizon, a sense of continuation inspires us to keep traveling toward other extraordinary places. Cappadocia, Turkey from the Americas, we turn our attention toward Eurasia and travel to Sixton, Cappadocia, Turkey. Here, the landscape seems to have been shaped by imagination itself. Mushroom-shaped rock formations, known as fairy chimneys, rise like natural towers, with some reaching nearly 130 feet in height. Their volcanic origins, combined with centuries of continuous erosion, have created a landscape unlike any other. However, what truly makes Cappadocia special is the connection between nature and humanity. Over many centuries, ancient inhabitants carved directly into the rock to create living spaces, places for reflection, and safe shelters. Today, visitors can explore these historic sites under carefully established regulations. At sunrise, hot air balloons slowly rise into the sky, revealing sweeping views across the entire valley. Their movement is gentle, and the surrounding landscape is completely peaceful. Cappadocia shows us that exploration is also an opportunity to witness different eras coming together in one place. From this extraordinary blend of history and geology, our journey continues to a canyon, where light takes center stage. 7. Antelope Canyon, United States. Our journey brings us back to Arizona, where Antelope Canyon appears like a sculpture created by nature itself. Its flowing sandstone walls were shaped by water over countless years, forming a narrow passage filled with graceful curves and warm colors. Exploring this canyon feels intimate because of its narrow, enclosed spaces. Light filters through openings in the rock, forming clearly defined beams, whose colors and intensity change throughout the day. Every step reveals a different shape. All tours are accompanied by licensed guides to ensure visitor safety and protect this fragile environment. Antelope Canyon invites visitors to explore slowly, observing how the light transforms the surface of the rock and experiencing how the space changes with every step. This place reminds us that even the smallest spaces can offer the most profound experiences. And after emerging from its corridors of light and shadow, our curiosity leads us toward another destination where water and stone have worked together to create an entirely different landscape. 8. Mono Lake, California. Continuing our journey, we arrive at Mono Lake in California. Rising from the shores of this saltwater lake are porous limestone towers known as tufa formations, which resemble ancient architectural structures. These formations developed when minerals dissolved in the water crystallized and hardened over time. Some of the towers rise several feet above the ground. Walking along the lakeshore brings a profound sense of peace. Reflections on the water double their unusual shapes, while the surrounding landscape creates a beautiful sense of harmony and balance. Everything here encourages quiet reflection. The viewing areas are protected and clearly marked, allowing visitors to enjoy the landscape responsibly. Mono Lake proves that exploration does not always require climbing towering mountains or crossing vast wildernesses. Sometimes beauty can be found in the smallest details, in formations that gradually emerge over time. With that peaceful state of mind, we continue our journey toward another landscape where imagination seems to come alive. 9. Hvítserkur, Iceland. While the memory of that light remains vivid, our journey carries us to the North Atlantic, where Hvítserkur stands proudly along Iceland's coastline. This nearly 50-foot-tall sea stack rises from the ocean like a shape capable of constantly transforming. From one angle, it resembles a mythical creature. From another, it appears like a mysterious abstract sculpture. Its form seems to change with the tides, the light, and every passing moment. Reaching this location requires caution, and visitors should approach only when conditions are safe. The experience encourages both thoughtful observation and respect for the surrounding landscape. The ocean surrounds the base of the rock. The waves continuously wash against it, and the wind brings the entire experience to life. Hvítserkur does not demand attention. It simply stands there in silence. This is a place where we can observe how nature continuously changes the appearance of the same rock without ever altering its essential character. Here, permanence and transformation exist side by side. Exploring this place also teaches us to accept that not everything can be fully understood at first glance. Some landscapes require time before they gradually reveal their beauty. And as the sky changes color and the silhouette of the rock grows darker, we cannot help but reflect on the extraordinary creative power of our planet. 10. The Moeraki Boulders, New Zealand. After crossing rugged terrain and vast deserts, our journey brings us to a peaceful coastline where unexpected perfection appears. On Koekohe Beach, along the eastern coast of New Zealand, the Moeraki boulders rest on the sand as though they have been there since the beginning of time. They are enormous stones with an almost perfectly spherical shape. Some measure more than 6 feet in diameter. They formed slowly beneath the ocean floor millions of years ago, one layer building upon another without haste. Walking among these boulders is a deeply relaxing experience. The sound of the waves follows the rhythm of every step, while the gently rising and falling tides reveal new and unexpected perspectives. There is no single perfect viewpoint. Every angle offers a different impression. In Maori culture, these boulders are part of ancient stories that connect the land with the sea. This intersection of science and tradition adds even greater depth to the experience. Here, exploration does not mean moving quickly. It means stopping, observing, and feeling the natural rhythm of the landscape around you. As the late afternoon sunlight touches the boulders, the entire scene takes on warm colors and begins to resemble a dreamlike world. It is a reminder that nature can also create forms of extraordinary purity. And with that image of stillness and balance, our journey continues toward a completely different landscape. 11. Pamukkale, Turkey. From the Pacific coast, we return to the eastern Mediterranean, where water and stone have shaped the landscape together for thousands of years. Pamukkale, whose name means cotton castle, stretches across the hillside like a frozen white waterfall. Its travertine terraces were formed by flowing mineral-rich thermal water, creating tiered natural pools that shimmer beneath the sunlight. The brilliant white landscape glows intensely, with light reflecting from every surface. Walking barefoot through the designated areas is an essential part of the experience. The stone feels smooth beneath your feet, while the water is warm and soothing. Everything here seems to invite you to slow down and experience the landscape with your entire body, not only with your eyes. Pamukkale proves that simple natural processes can create extraordinary landscapes. Flowing water, mineral deposits, and the passage of time have worked together to shape this wonder. From above, you can truly appreciate its enormous scale. The white terraces appear to stretch endlessly toward the horizon. Exploring this place helps us understand that beauty does not always need to be overwhelming or dramatic. Sometimes beauty can be delicate, peaceful, and quiet. And as the sun begins to set, shades of gold and pink transform the landscape, stirring our emotions as we approach the final stage of our journey. 12. Goblin Valley, United States, from California. We travel to Utah, where Goblin Valley surprises visitors with thousands of strangely shaped rock formations. Some resemble towering columns, while others look like mysterious abstract figures. Every one of them was sculpted by erosion over millions of years. The terrain is relatively easy to explore, and the landscape is wide and open. Walking among these formations feels like wandering through an open-air museum created by nature. The constantly changing light transforms the way visitors perceive the landscape, while every turn reveals a completely new scene. Goblin Valley invites you to explore at a leisurely pace and allow your curiosity to lead the way. It is perfect proof that nature can be both playful and full of fascinating surprises. After crossing this surreal landscape, our journey continues toward the coast, where an unexpected display of geometric perfection awaits.